Okay, so I just came out of these months, February, March, April, and I would say that in all of these months, I have attended so many weddings. Be it a Muslim wedding, be it a Hindu wedding, be it a North Indian Hindu wedding, be it a South Indian Hindu wedding. And in the past also, I've been to some Bengali wedding, Maharashtrian wedding, and all of those things. I have always just thought that why is all of these things happening? I mean, it's not of like a philosophical question that I'm asking, but it's more of like a design level question that I'm asking. Because like since I'm a designer and I guess I have this illness of just finding logic, of design logic in everything. And I just got curious. I was like, why does every wedding have a ghodi? Why do we always have Ganesha on the top in any of the cards? Why exactly the mandap is designed this way? And if Marathi people are doing something, what is the alternative that South Indian people are doing for that? What is the alternative for that the North Indians are doing for that? How exactly Muslim weddings are kind of blended in the Indian version of the things. So yeah, I have observed a lot of things in the Indian weddings altogether. And since I'm a curious person, I went into ChatGPT, Claude. I talked to some of the people who are like the religious people in those particular section also, or like who have the cultural knowledge, like uncles and the aunties of those family weddings. So I just went out to them, I asked a lot of questions, and I just understood some of the things. So I have brought you 5 things that I'm going to be explaining you today, and there is definitely going to be a second part of it also. So if you think that there is any particular thing that you want to be covered in the second part of the video, please do let me know about that in the comment section. And now let's just start with the video. Let me just start with the first part. Okay, so let's just start with the most basic thing. Before even the wedding starts, you get an invitation. Now, in the invitations, you will have to observe one thing, specifically if you are getting into a Hindu wedding or specifically a North Indian Hindu wedding, you will see that there is Ganesha on the top of the card. Why? Because yeah, again, like you will just observe this and you will like, okay, maybe just a custom that people follow. What exactly is the logic behind it? And we can even give it a design decision also. So Ganesha is basically an obstacle remover. Whenever you are starting off with something new, even you would see that in Diwali or whenever you're opening up a new business or those things, in the Hindu tradition, it is considered that you start any of things with blessings of Ganesha, because they are remover of the obstacles, right? So that is one of the biggest reasons why you will find Ganesha sticker or Ganesha's name on the top of any of the invitation cards in the Hindu weddings. However, on the Muslim side, if you'll go, you will generally see that they started with Bismillah or 786 generally, because Bismillah is basically meaning in the name of God or in the name of Allah. So even they are starting off any of their auspicious thing with the name of God. And I guess that is where the most interesting thing comes into the play, how weddings which are so much affected or influenced by the religions or the culture or the tradition of that local community, how those are affecting the design decisions of the card itself, right? So that is one of the things. Second thing that you will see in the cards, generally with the name, specifically in the Indian weddings, you will see that along with the name of the groom and the bride, below that you will see the names of their parents. In the Western weddings, this generally doesn't happen. Now, what does it signify? In India, the wedding or the marriage is not just an act between the two people, it is with the families. And this card in itself is depicting that thing very loudly. Now let's move on to the second one. Now, wedding can never be completed without the most amazing clothes of the bride. And now when you see the clothes of the bride, you will observe one thing majorly in the Indian weddings, is it is generally in the color red, golden, or even white sometimes, right? But why exactly these colors? What exactly is the logic behind these colors? What exactly is the color theory behind these colors? So whenever you will see a bride, first of all, your first thing that you want to make sure in any of the weddings is that the bride is the most beautiful person in the entire wedding. It should be highlighted that yes, this is the bride. And red color catches the eye at first. So that is one of the reasons. Second thing, generally in the Hindu tradition, red color is considered to be a color of auspiciousness, a color of blessing. And whenever that is why you will see that in any of the ethnic wears also, largely you will see people wearing the red color, especially whenever there is a moment of happiness, right? Whereas if we'll go into the other communities within India, for example in Gujarat or in Maharashtra, we'll also see some of the brides wearing golden or green color also, right? So again, that is like one of the interesting things, how on the regional level also the color theory and the design decisions are changing just because of the religious belief or the custom belief of that particular section. Also, like, why exactly green color? So green color generally indicates the fertility and auspiciousness according to their particular custom. Also, if you'll go to Tamil, you will also see some of the brides wearing a silk sari also, like wearing a silk sari is considered tradition over there. Now let's move on to the next one. Since we are talking about marriage and wedding altogether, let's just now talk about the core of it, where the actual wedding happens, which is the mandap. Now, mandap in generally the North Indian Hindu weddings, you will see it's just like a 4-pillar canopy, or like you can say that it's a kind of small tent which is over there, and in the center you will find Agni, which is fire. So that is like how the general North Indian Hindu wedding is done. There obviously is a logic behind that. There are 4 pillars of the mandap, and each pillar signifies a particular thing. Based on my discussion with some of the people who were like Panditji and also like some of the learned or wise people in the family over the elder ones, they told me what exactly these 4 pillars mean. So now let me tell you what all these mean. So 4 pillars. Each pillar signifies a particular thing according to Vedas, which is the 4 stages of life. Okay, so the first one is Brahmacharya, which is the student. Second is Grihast, which is the householder. Third is Vanaprast, which is the forest dweller, basically the person who has retired from all the worldly lives. And then the fourth one is Sannyas, spiritual liberation. Now, what exactly does it signify in marriage? The groom is entering into the mandap as a brahmacharya, which is a student. Now, when they are moving out from the mandap, they are into the second stage of their life, which is grihast, right? And in each stage of your life, you will find that a transition is happening. So that is what it basically signifies. So the mandap architecture is basically telling you that how the transition is happening from one stage to another stage of life for the male specifically. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about for the Hindu marriages, which are basically done in the northern part of India. But what happens in the other traditions? So in the Dravidian weddings, basically the southern part of the country, you will see that there is Kalyan Mandapam, which is basically like 2 stones set over there, which has its own religious value, and they are doing the wedding around that. And in the Marathi wedding, you will see there is a Antarpat, basically a cloth, a white cloth, which is put in the center. That again has its own significance. But you will see that the basic concept of mandap, it is still there in each tradition. Even in the Sikh, you will see that the concept of mandap is there, but in the center, things keep on changing based on the different customs and tradition of that particular community. Now, the most fun part of any of the weddings, especially from the groom side, शादी की बात हो और बारात की बात ना हो, तो ऐसे कैसे होगा? So now, understanding the basic design of Baraat, why exactly is it like this? Why would you see that a lot of drums are there? Why people are dancing? Why people are throwing off money and all of those things? So by design, if you will see historically, the Baraat, which was called Var Yatra, was basically designed in a way that in the history, people did not used to have social media or any other kind of communication. So the only way to tell the people around that it is an auspicious moment for us, it was only the noise and the fun people are having. So it is a complete yatra which is being taken from the place of the groom to the place of the bride, and the only purpose of it is to let the people know around that a wedding is happening. If you want to be a part of it, yeah, you can come and join. This is what historically it meant. Now, you will also see in some of the tradition, there is also a small kid sitting with the groom in front of their ghodi, or like the female horse, right? And what exactly is the concept behind that? Because that kid is called Sarbala. Now, this basically shows, again, this is to signify, and this is what the elders have told me, that it is there to let the side of the bride know that the groom is coming from a family where the kids are respected, where there is so much love, where there is so much belonging, that even the kids of the family come with us. So it just shows like the softer side of the groom, that I am not here to fight with you. I'm not here to maybe start off with a war because that was also one of the concept why they did not come in the male horse. They came on the female horse because they don't want to show any aggression or courage in that end. They just want to show the softer side of their manlyhood. So that is what it was used to signify. So let's just move on to the next part. Okay, so now the main part, Saat Phere. Now again, there is an interesting design decision behind the Saat Phere also. I was very astonished and interested when I got to know that what exactly is the reason behind the exact Saat Phere. So let me just explain it to you. Why is it like that? So first of all, you will see that whenever the groom and the bride are going to walk around the fire or like whatever is the center of that particular wedding, they take 7 rounds, and each round is kind of like a vow. Vow is like a vada basically. So there are 7 types of vade or vows that the groom and the bride are making together. What are those 7 vade? You can just talk to any of the priests, any of the pandits, they will just tell you. I won't be covering in this video, but why exactly 7? Now this is interesting mathematical thing that people told me about. 7 is the only number which cannot divide 360 from 1 to 9. A single digit number, it's the only number which does not divide 360 completely. So according to them, it is that since a circle is 360 degree, so when the groom and the bride are walking around this circle, if they are making the 7 rounds, it can never break or divide the circle of life. Again, I don't know if it is a coincidence or if it's like a scientific decision that they took years back, but if it is a scientific decision that they have taken with this logic, it's amazing. It's really amazing, and it's very philosophical, it's very mathematical. So that is why I really like this thing. Okay, but what happens with other communities? Because this setup is still there, but generally for other communities, it's kind of proceeded in a different way. For example, for Sikh, there are 4 lavan. Lavan are basically again taking the round of the Guru Granth Sahib in the center. Why exactly 4? Because it depicts the 4 phases of life, and again they have their own logic behind this thing. In Muslims, you will generally see, if you have seen the Karan Johar movies, you see that there is a parda in between, and then there's a woman and there's a man sitting on the other side, and they are saying Kabul hai 3 times and making a contract sign. But when I went to the actual Muslim wedding, I also got to know that it generally doesn't happen on the stage. It is also possible that the bride is in their room and the groom is on the stage, and that is when the contract is being signed. So again, a different thing for them. And one more thing, for the Christians, you will see that there is generally only one vow, which is to have and to hold. Again, different cultures, but all of them have certain number that they are following, and each number has a scientific or mathematical reasoning behind that. So that is I guess very interesting. So that is all about this video. I have covered the 5 things. What did you think about each thing? Please let me know about that in the comment section. If I have explained anything wrong, if you have a better understanding of any of the things, please let me know about that. I would definitely love to know. As I told you, my source of information is the elderly people, the priests, and ChatGPT. So these are the only source of information for me. Also, what happens in your community? Like if I have not covered your community, please let me know what is a different thing which happens on these particular sections in your wedding. I would really love to know about that, and would also cover it in the next video. For now, I'm just thinking of covering some more aspects of the wedding. Let's say mehendi, why it happens, haldi, why it happens, the use of music, the use of different instruments, why that happens, what exactly is the design reason behind that. So I was just thinking of covering those in the second part of the video. But if you have other things that you want to understand, please let me know about that in the comment section. Let's just discuss it. And if there is any other wedding happening around you, or like they do not know why exactly anything happens, they can just watch this video and they can know how exactly and why exactly any of the decisions is taken in any of the weddings in India specifically. So yeah, that is all. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Let me know about it in the comment section. What do you think? Share it with your friends and your family, your mother, father. They might be willing to criticize me or like give their point of view also. So that is all about it. There are also some shorts that I've been posting, which is again about explaining the basic design decisions of the day-to-day things. So you can just have a look at that. Also, there are other videos in this channel which again explain you about the daily things of design. how I understand things, and how I find design in almost everything. So that is what the channel is all about. And yep, subscribe to it if you like these kind of things. I'll be bringing more videos like this. So till the next video, bye bye.